Hey, wait to see a short video. Yeah, so today I met with the robotics guy. It went well. It was more of a consultation than anything else, not like what I had in mind. But then again, I need to remind myself that things aren't gonna pan out like how I imagined that they would, So it was like a consultation because I never really got to tell him really what I wanted to do. The most I did was send him an email. So because the first time I met him, he was busy with another client, so he literally just handed me his business card. So today I really got to, I got the chance to just, tell him everything, tell him my mission, and he assured me, he let me know that the stuff that I want to do is possible on the electronic parts that I was hoping that they could be possible on. you know, because a lot of these parts can break the bank, bro. So I'm just glad that we had that chat. He gave me another day. He told me because there were other students in the room as well. I was kind of nervous to you know talk about my shit in front of other people, but it went well. So yeah, there were other students in the class, so he had to just adjust my case, seeing as I'm not a student, you know, seeing as he needs to attend to my case and then just focus on the actual students of his, because they're like getting ready to write exams and whatnot soon. So he told me that on the 15th of this month, October 2025, that he will be free to just meet up with me and actually get practical, and I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to be ready. Just want to be ready. I wish I could. I wish I could just go into that session a bit knowledgeable, like practically. Yeah, but then I'm very limited in that sense. So yeah, it went pretty well. There was another lecturer, I guess. I don't know his position, but there was another dude there. And he saw I brought over like a bunch of my guitar pedals to just show the dude, right? And then the other lecturer walked in and he was like, "Oh, cool, you play guitar." And then I had like a 2 minute chat with him about that, about guitar and like music and stuff. It was cool. He was like this ginger gentleman, with the beard and whatnot. He was cool. He was cool. And the reason we spoke for 2 minutes was because he had to go back to class. Like there was a point in the conversation where he gave me a social cue that he needs to end this conversation. he said he needs to end this conversation and go back to like um teaching his students or assisting his students because they brought projects and stuff, and I guess their projects were being reviewed by the lecturers and whatnot. So he gave me a social cue that he needs to put this to rest by stepping back. You know, and then, me missing that, I stepped forward. Oh man! But then that just goes to show how enjoyable that conversation was. It was brief, but we spoke a lot about some really cool music and guitar. Just like an what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a general overview type conversation. Really funny. And then he asked me like, what kind of music do I listen to? And then I froze up. I said to him, alt rock. And then he was like, dude, you're gonna have to be more specific than that. And then I just couldn't come up with anything. I didn't want to say I didn't want to say J Rock for some reason. That was the only thing that came to mind. J Rock. That was the only genre that came to mind. But then I froze up, dude. I don't know why I froze up. You know, I'm usually ready to start spewing about Midwest emo, math rock, you know, pop punk a little bit, pop rock, indie. I'm always ready, you know. For some reason I just froze up, but yeah, he let me know that he plays a bit of Spanish guitar, classical guitar. But then before that, he was like big on the heavier stuff. Like I forgot what derivative of metal he said, but then he might have said like something core or something deathcore or something. I don't know. I forgot. But then yeah, he did let me know that. He did say like I've been going on and on about this guy for a bit too long now. But then yeah, it's always cool to just talk to a guy about like this kind of stuff. I don't really get that chance often, but yeah, he told me that the Norwegian scene, that's where it's at. But then I understand that that's where a lot of the heavy stuff is from. And yeah, that's his bag. And then he went back to Klaus. Really good teacher from what I could like from the very short time I spent in that class, because I kind of just lingered around for about half an hour, because I really just wanted to be in the midst of electronic engineers. The students were there reviewing their projects and stuff, touching them up, asking teachers to assist in perfecting them. Yeah, from what I could hear, like the glimpses of conversation that I could hear, sounded like a really good teacher, like a really funny teacher. There was a point where like the 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 girl that he was tutoring was just like looking at him as he was typing away for her project, and then he said something along the lines of, "Well, it's one of those things that don't need a keyboard to 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 operate, you know." And then it was silent for a bit, and then he got up and then he was like, "Yeah, the sarcasm is wasted on you," or something like that. I was like, "This guy's funny, man. This guy's this guy's funny." it's it's moments like this that just make me um like miss like a schooling environment a little bit, you know. But yeah, I'm in good hands with the robotics guy, IoT guy that I'm with. I think IoT stands for Internet of Things. So yeah, he's got the know-how. I just need to be competent in learning and stuff, and I'll get it down. I wish I had like people, buddies around that could help me, but that I could learn from, that I could surround myself with, you know. But it's just me in this piece, bro. It's just me in this piece, bro. Just me, you know. Just me type stuff, you know. I can't talk to a lot of my buddies, bro. It's either that they ignore me, or they're just so caught up in like other stuff, or um I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I'll figure it out, bro. I'll figure it out. 10 minutes, let's go.